I've been feeling very sick for a long time. I recently had this deficiency. I don't know if you guys had this deficiency. B12 deficiency. B12 is a vitamin that you get from meat, and I could never have meat growing up. It's because I grew up in this hypocrite community. Brahmins, you guys know Brahmins. Yeah, I'm not a big fan because every caste religion, when the division happen, all the divisions, when they make mistake, they feel bad about themselves. Brahmins are the only caste. Make mistake. Take a head bath and be like, we didn't do anything today. What is this attitude? My dad told me, having non-veg is a sin, he told me. I asked him, how do you know? He said, because I had non-veg. Why can't I have that? He told me by mistake. He told me a very shitty story. He was working in a factory. He crossed the road and he tried something at this shop. What he thought was brinjal, but it was apparently fish. He had it and he realized he's committed a mistake. He started crying. As he was crying, he got a message. He got fired from the company. And he connected everything. He's like, because I had non-veg, I got fired. Everything that happened after that just didn't go well with my life. And I was like, oh my God, this is a trauma. How did you come out of it? He said, I came back to the house. And then I took a long shower. And then it was fine. I asked him after a long shower, did the fish come out alive? How is that? How is this working logically? Never explained. I had B12 deficiency. Obviously, I didn't know it was a deficiency. I had symptoms. 2 symptoms I got. Fever and diarrhea. Those are the 2 symptoms I had. Fever, you're always okay with. Diarrhea, not really. Because diarrhea, as the name it sounds like you did something to get it. Nobody is comfortable in telling another person they have diarrhea. That's why we had to come up with a concept called stomach upset. You tell people you have stomach upset, they don't question further. You tell people you have diarrhea, they ask you uncomfortable questions. They just look at you and go, how many times? How do you answer that question? How many times? Whenever someone asks you that question, you didn't keep a track of. I tell them accurate number though, 12.5 bro. Happening in decimals these days. Went to the hospital, and it's always when a guy has a diarrhea, a good-looking girl at the reception. I don't even know what my icebreaker is. Definitely diarrhea is not an icebreaker. I thought I'll tell her stomach upset. She asked me how many times. Now the 4th wall is broken. Because as a country, you see, India is not a diarrhea-friendly country. We only have diarrhea-friendly food, which just makes it worse. I was in Hyderabad, which is like the best place to get diarrhea. If you want to use any washrooms, they don't let you use in this country unless you buy something there. If you don't buy something there, they stop you outside the cafe and lie to you. A guy looked at me and he asked me, our cafe's washroom is only for the employees, he told me. I told him, give me a job then. Because I told her, I have stomach upset. She asked me how many times. Now, I know the 4th wall is broken. I said, yeah, ma'am, diarrhea. She kept a form on the table, asked me to fill the form. I didn't take my pen. The pen over there at this hospital was tied to a wall, like it's bathroom bucket. Took the pen, I realized I can't move away, started filling my form. She's not moving away because she doesn't have anything to do. She was looking at me, filling the form. I realized I have to spell diarrhea. I don't know if you guys ever have to spell diarrhea in front of a good-looking woman. D only I gave up, I never give up that easily usually. As soon as I wrote D, nothing that came to my head was making sense. D-A-E, D-E-A, D-H-E-A. I wish I had AIDS that day. Because that's the only way I could have gotten out faster. Wrote something, gave it to a smart woman, suggested me to the right hospital. And doctors in India, you can't go because the good doctors have moved to UK. What we have here are the remainings. Ever went to a doctor, tried telling your issue, does not listen, always writing. What are you writing? One guy told me I'm writing your name. Who the cares about my name? Because if you don't listen to me, how are you going to prescribe? They always prescribe something with binary numbers. You're supposed to trust that. I don't trust these guys. That's why we have ChatGPT. Always search tablet symptoms on ChatGPT. I did that here. The tablet that this gave me, the side effect of this tablet was fever and diarrhea. Not even making this up. I went and told him I already have it. Is that how you guys treat issues? Minus into minus positive? I watched Mahabharata growing up. 2 arrows come and bush happens. I asked him, are you guys doing bush? Told me we are not doing bush. Antibiotics have side effects. It's a learning. I got to know that. Yeah, I was like, all right, man, I just still took it. Still, 1 week later, still 12.5. Went and told her. And we took a blood test. Blood test is a very difficult process because you don't know how much blood the doctors are allowed to take from your body. What if they take more blood and sell it on Blinkit, you know? You don't know. I don't know the doctor's scam. Doctors have their own Blinkit. I don't know. Got through the toughest process, got to know it was B12 deficiency. The doctor is like, don't worry, we have a guy for you who's going to give you 4 injections in 4 weeks. First injection, oh, someone had it. Very interesting. First injection you can go and take right now. He pointed me to a room. I walked into the room. And we don't say hi or hello in India. I walked into the room, somebody just pulled my hand. It was a guy, looked at my hand for a while, it got very uncomfortable. 1 minute he searched for something and then he said, I can't see any veins over here, so I have to put it in your bum. I said, if you can't see any veins over here, I don't think you're gonna find anything back there, sir. Because I've seen a lot of bums growing up. I never looked at one bum and went, lot of vein right there. It will never happened in my life. That's when he told me something I've never heard of. He said, bum injections are the safest injection. You guys know that? Which is true, by the way. Bum, you can put anything. Bum is like, we got you, bro. You know, it's an injection joke, not a gay joke. There was a bench over there, lied down over there, removed my pants, got my first bum injection after 25 years. I forgot how it felt like, you know. You feel very shamed, like what is going on, you know, like you got to walk out of the room like nothing happened. A stranger just saw you, who's not even a doctor, maybe a BCom student, I don't know. In my case, it's worse. I have to do the same thing for 3 more weeks now. Going to a same place and removing my pants. You know, am I a patient or a hooker? What's going on with my life all of a sudden? I was thinking about all of that. That's when I realized, I signed up at a very fucked up hospital because I had 4 different people giving me injections in 4 weeks, which should be illegal. They should assign one guy for this process. Because when somebody sees you once, you're okay with them seeing you again. It's the human tendency I'm talking about, you know, that's why we all keep going back to our exes. Yes. Went there the second time. I see a new guy. I couldn't even question that process. I can't question. I can't be like, can I get my guy back? You can't. You can't do that. I know the drill now. Went inside, lied down over there, removed my pants. This guy slowly went out, took the injection, looked at me and went, bro, what are you doing? I can just put it in your arm. How am I too forward now? You know, you guys discuss among your team and tell me who's the hand guy and who's the bum guy. I am a patient here. I can't keep guessing. I can't look at someone there. That guy looks like a bum guy. Way too much into it. You know, put it here. Put it into both of my bum. I deserve it. You know, I didn't say that. if you shouldn't go through all of these, apparently you got to work out. I can't work out. Look at the time now. It's like 2 a.m. I'm on stage. I can't wake up. I wake up at 12 p.m. 12 p.m. you can't go to gym. Because I tried. Like, I worked out with a lot of housewives. And when I say housewife, I'm not trying to demean it's tough what they're doing. But they're not a great people to work out with. Like, because they bitch about their mother-in-law all the time. Too much family information that they share, I don't know what to do with it. 8 p.m. I'm doing a show thinking about their family. Look at the time, 8 p.m. Chosha's husband must have come home. Why am I thinking about that? Somehow they hacked my mind. So I just work out from the house. When you work out from your house, you somehow explore Beer Biceps. Beer Biceps, you guys know that? When they started the channel, I've been following I'm an experienced hater, because they started the channel when they started what they wanted guys to lead like a regular life and be fit at the same time. That's why they started it. Now they do whatever they want. During COVID time, they scared the fuck out of people. Don't masturbate. Don't masturbate at all. Don't do it. I can see you. Very... You feel very scared looking at that video. I was watching one of that video from Beer Biceps. Swear to God, the video was titled, "Why Shouldn't You Masturbate?" I was watching that video while I was masturbating. It was like a regular guy. I was watching that video. Beer Biceps guy brings in guest who does not masturbate at all. And they talk about masturbation for 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours they talk about. I was watching one of that video. And there is this guy who came on the podcast because he doesn't come at all. These two people are having the very important conversation. At the end of the podcast reached the high where the Beer Biceps guy, Ranveer, looks at the guest and asks, "Tell our audience one way which works as a replacement for masturbation." Our audience is wasting a lot of time doing it. So you give us a healthier replacement. The guest is prepared. He's come with an answer. The guest says, every time you feel like masturbating, all you gotta do is to do like 10 push-ups. You wouldn't wanna masturbate at all. Now, I don't know if it works for women, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't work for guys. Because when you do push-ups, your nose has to touch the floor. As a guy, when you're turned on and try to do push-ups, visualize. As a guy, when you're turned on and try to do push-ups, you will look like somebody put a center stand on you. Not that I've not tried, I've tried. Just to tell you guys how it is. As I was trying, my flatmate walked in. Got all awkward. He looked at me and went, "Ashwin is playing helicopter shot." That's a lot of uncomfortable women's faces I see. But masturbation is a taboo to talk about in this country. This is what I believe about. I'll find a way to exit. Masturbation, if you want to do it, do it. Not now. Don't do it in a metro. These are all stuff you got to tell in this country. As a mark of protest to Beer Biceps, every time I'm supposed to do push-ups, I just masturbate these days. You guys are... My personal trainer says, "Let's all do warm-up. I run to the washroom." You guys got to do that as well. Yes, he said it on a podcast watched by millions. He can't do push-ups in public now. Has he thought about it? He can't go to gym and start doing push-up. People know why he's doing it. They give him tissue paper. Kar le bhai ek baar. It's fine. Because of you, we are not able to do push-ups.